You're such a ham. You know that? Such a ham. Bella didn't do this, obviously. We do have a thorn or something in it, so I'm gonna jack it up, see where it's at. We'll get that fixed up, and then we'll get to the good stuff. It's just a new one. I love when the township comes and grades the road. They usually do it every couple weeks. And even though it's a gravel road, it's actually relatively smooth most of the time. It's kind of nice. Well, you're probably already aware of what's going on here. We're gonna decorate for Christmas. We're gonna put some icicle lights just down the side for a couple reasons. One, yes, because of Jesus' birthday. The other reason is actually we're gonna leave these up probably all winter because they're gonna be helpful for us in the feedlot, because we, as you can see, we don't have any lights out here. I mean, there's a little bit of light that'll come from that lean-to, I guess, and eventually, yeah, we'll probably put lights up, but for right now, while we're still figuring life out, we're just gonna put those up. That'll work well enough. By the time Chrissy or I get home from work, it's always dark, so extra light out here would be handy instead of having to go get the side-by-side every time, just to make sure we get everybody back in. Well, let's go ahead and grab those, and yeah, let's get the season kicked off. Oh, hopefully this isn't like Christmas Vacation where Clark pulls out a big old wad of lights and says, "Here, Russ, untangle those." Okay, that's not bad. Well, that's all done. We'll come back to that in a little while because it's not dark out, as you can see. It'll be a lot easier for me to test the lights since I didn't do it before I put them up. So this could turn out like Christmas Vacation after all. But we actually have everybody moving into the barn. And the reason being, well, you'll see here in a second. I know there's gonna be some wind noise. Can't really do much about that. Let's see if they come up here, and I'll show you why. Right there. That's the reason. That's the reason we're moving them in. And she's not the only one. There's actually about 5 more that are really close to going. Here's 2 of them right here, actually. So we want to get everybody in there. It makes it much simpler for us to kind of take care of them and keep them in good health. So that's why we do that. As Chrissy mentioned, that is a very large lamb. But he appears to be doing pretty good. Looks like that scabies tag is pretty heavy for his ear though, holding it down. Hi, Mama. Yeah, how you guys doing? You look like you're doing all right. Oh, you thirsty already? So that's one reason, and there's actually a small second reason. So our local, the Roby Baptist Church, they put on a nativity scene every year. So they get, I'm not gonna say all the animals, but most of the time they get all the animals that were involved in, you know, the nativity scene So camels, sheep, cows, you name it. And I know camels in south central Missouri is kind of a weird thing to see, but they make it happen. Well, they ask us, now that we have sheep and it's local, it's easier for them, if we bring them up there. So we told them, of course we will. So we're actually gonna bring that mom and her baby, and potentially, if the other ones go today, we'll bring them up there as well. I don't want to take a newborn up there, but one that's a day or two old that's got its feet under it, I'm willing to do that. But it's a lot simpler for us to catch them when they're up there in the barn, and then we can use our new working system to grab them. Much easier. I'm not going to chase them around like we used to do. It's a work smarter, not harder kind of thing. So let me go some other stuff done over there in that feedlot, and then this afternoon when Christy gets home, we're going to move them all into the barn. This isn't quite as important for them to go in the barn, but I want it done before they go in there because I want to be able to work sheep and start training Spirit. So we're just going to put some wire on to hold the panel up and make it to where it's sturdy, so even if they bump into it, not going to fall and smash a lamb essentially. And yeah, I have to leave that gap because otherwise I can't open my door. I don't want to be able to open my door. Oh yeah, easy to throw some sheep in there on the dog. Holding the lines up, wow. Man, that worked out pretty well. Hopefully that little clip showed you how much this is flexing. And the reason it's flexing is because, as you might imagine, this gate's pretty heavy. And not only that, but it's got leverage. So let's say that the very end of it only weighed 10 pounds, right? But it's a 20-foot long gate. Well, almost 20 foot. It's like 18'9". So we'll just say 20 foot for easy math. So if the end of the gate weighed 10 pounds, that's 200 foot-pounds of torque that it's putting on this stud. That's quite a bit, especially for wood. So what we want to do is we want to brace this. So we want to take board from here, go across to this stud, and then we're going to also do another one, a diagonal, from this stud down to the base over here. So I'm going to cut those up and we'll throw that on and see if it makes a difference. Ta-da. That's all braced and everything. It doesn't flex. However, the hinges are definitely gonna be my problem because when they're at this angle, the hinges can rotate. So like if I was tightening them or loosening them into the board, you're gonna turn them clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen. Well, there's enough stress on it from this gate that it can turn it clockwise to tighten it, even though it's just a little bit, but it makes it to where the gate can sag. I think once the gate's actually out, so facing, you know, a 90-degree perpendicular angle with the wall, I think it'll be fine and it'll swing like it's supposed to. But the unfortunately the hay cradles are in the way, so I'll have to get the skid steer out here and move those. But I gotta do some other stuff first before I mess with that. One of the things they need is water. There we go. So the lambs can't get behind it. Might be able to tell that it does get dusty in here. Just over the summertime and everything else, and us having equipment in here, moving everything around. It's surprisingly not that bad when it's just the animals in here, but the equipment definitely stirs up a lot of dust. I want to get this stuff all out of here. This is just old mineral, and they don't need to be eating it. Probably wouldn't hurt them. well. I think I made as big of a mess as I possibly could. So let's go move that door, I guess. Oh, that's dumb. That's what I was afraid of by putting those the hinges in farther. I was pretty sure I was gonna have a bigger gap than what I wanted. But that's okay. Like I said, we only use this for sorting, so it won't hurt nothing. It's more along the lines of being able to close off one half. So if we want to separate and put all the lambs on one side and all the moms on the other, it gives us the opportunity. They won't stay in one side or the other for a long period of time because they only have water on one end of the barn. So that's the only thing that would keep us from separating them as far as that goes. Because otherwise, I guess what you could do is, like, let's say that somebody has a lamb, and you can put them on the other side of the barn, or you could separate them by, hey, this one's got, well, no, you couldn't do ram lamb and ewe lamb because sometimes they have twins and one's a ram lamb, one's a ewe lamb. But you could be like, hey, this side's already had lambs, that side hasn't. You got options. But we won't be doing any of that. Like I said, it's just to sort them. So thank you guys for watching. This video is probably pretty long already, so didn't expect some mishaps to occur. So we'll leave it off there. Next video, all the sheep, including that new lamb, are all coming in here. So thank you all for watching. Have a blessed week. And please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button. If you watched the video this far, you must have liked it, or enjoyed it. So hit that like button. Thanks. Have a blessed week. See you next time. Believe it or not, I did try to get some good video, and just didn't work out because the GoPro won't pick it up. It does light the yard up very well though.